Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having water, and tonight I'll be discussing Behind Five Willows by June Her. I did receive this as an ARC from NetGalley, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights. And there were no listed content warnings, and I gave this a 4.25, so what's it about? So this book is about Haewon, who lives during the Joseon period of Korea during a time of when the government is really cracking down in its censorship of fiction novels. But secretly, Haewon is transcribing these banned novels to help support her family under the hidden identity of Magpie. The novels she loves to transcribe the most are those done by the anonymous mysterious author, The Black Lotus. Recently, however, she's been forced to chaperone her sister, who has become enamored with a young gentleman, which means she must endure the company of his friend Su Jin, who seems as rigid as the rules that he lives by. But what she doesn't realize is that Su Jin has a secret of his own. He is the anonymous and mysterious writer, The Black Lotus, and one of the reasons he continues to write is due to the encouraging letters he receives from his anonymous transcriber, the Magpie. As he accompanies his friend during his budding romance, he clashes with Haewon, never realizing is that she is the one who understands his words best. But as these two spend more time together, their assumptions about one another start to crumble as a connection that they never expected reveals itself that seemed to come straight from the pages of the novels they love so much. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.25. This is a really cute book that's being marketed to a YA audience, and I definitely think it's appropriate for that market. I would say maybe like 10 and up, but of course you're going to know your child best. I love how the author took elements from Pride and Prejudice and reincorporated into the Joseon period of Korea. It's not a one-to-one matchup, but I really enjoyed the blending of these two. It really worked well. I also really love how these characters love books. They love reading, and they want to do what they can to protect books and the love of reading during a time when the government is cracking down in its censorship of books that it deems dangerous or unseemly. I think that's really appropriate in this day and age when we see a lot of book bans going on, and this would allow young people and older to see why book bans are so dangerous. Now, when it comes to our characters, we first have our male main character, Su Jin, who is a son of a nobleman and is our Mr. Darcy. And yes, he is as standoffish as our original archetype, but because we get some passages from his POV in this book, we get to dive deeper into him, and there is a gentleness in him when it comes to his thoughts and actions that I really appreciated. I will say he is not my usual type of male main character, but I definitely enjoyed him and found him endearing. He really struggles under the expectations and obligations when it comes to his family, as well as the government and its shutdown and censorship of fiction novels, because for him, one of the few ways that he finds fulfillment in his life is his writing as the Black Lotus. I really enjoyed his interactions when it came to Haewon and their secret relationship that they never expected, with him writing books and her being the one to transcribe them and them secretly writing back to one another. It was very cute and I really enjoyed it. Now, when it comes to our female main character, Haewon, I really enjoyed her because at first she comes off as the dutiful daughter trying to live up to her family's expectations, chaperoning her older sister while trying to keep her younger sister in line. But we quickly learn that this is a girl who is passionate when it comes to books and reading. She loves to read, she loves to transcribe, and she thinks everyone should be allowed to read and read what they want. And I just really enjoyed that passion, even though it is putting her family at risk, her job of transcribing, but she enjoys the fact that she is able to help her family in this way. So I just really enjoyed her as a female main character. Overall, I thought the story was very sweet, and I thought the plot was well paced and felt very fresh for a storyline that so many, like myself, are very familiar with. I will say, due to that familiarity, the stakes in this book didn't feel very high stakes and felt like more of a cozy read, but for younger, newer readers who are not familiar with Jane Austen and Pride and Prejudice will probably feel more of a high stakes read. Overall, it is a very good read, and I would recommend it. It will be available May 26th. I hope you give it a try and hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.